Hi, Portia here with Stitch Story, and today I wanted to share with you all my pattern for my Shamrock Shuffle headband. Now this, if you were able to join me in my last video, you saw that I told you guys I was inspired by the Shamrock Shuffle. It's an 8K run that has been a tradition in Chicago for years. It pretty much kicks off the spring. It's also a St. Patrick's Day celebration. I was inspired because I do know quite a few people who participate each year, and a couple of them are actually friends, so I know they'll more than likely want this to go with their Shamrock Shuffle gear. So anyway, the pattern is made up of mostly knits and purls. Well, all knits and purls. You have a seed stitch border here, seed stitch border here. The shamrock pops out because we use pearls all in the sea of knits, so then it just really makes the shamrock itself pop out. So I did chart this out first, and because I wasn't quite sure how that would work out, but I did find a shamrock online. I printed out graph paper, charted it all out, so it's so nice to see a idea come to fruition. And then once I charted it out, I went on ahead and I wrote it all down. So let's just jump right in. To complete this project, you will need a set of size 8 circular needles, a pair of scissors to clip your ends, a needle to weave in those ends, some green yarn. I used worsted weight. This is 4-ply, so it's a little bit thicker. And then I used 3 stitch markers. I've already begun, and what you see here is rows 1 through 8, and that is in the seed stitch, knit 1, purl 1, all the way around for those 8 rows. I have a stitch marker here. It marks the beginning of my round. I also placed a stitch marker between stitches 25 and 26, and also 39 and 40. That's where all the magic happens. That's where we do our pearls to form our shamrock shape. Moving on to row 9, we are going to knit 35 and purl 1. That purl 1 is the very first stitch in our shamrock, as we're going to work it from the bottom going up, and then the rest of the round we're just going to simply knit. So let's get going. 35, and this stitch here we are going to purl, and we're going to continue to knit to the end of the row. All right, row 10, we are going to knit 33, we'll purl 2, and then we'll knit for the rest of the round. That's 32, 33, and then we are going to purl that 1 stitch, and then we are going to purl the next stitch, and then we are going to continue by knitting all the way around. All right, row 11 here. For this row, we are going to knit 32. We're going to purl 2, and then we are going to knit off to the end of the round. All right, so that was 32, and then we are going to go ahead and purl 2. Okay, and we are going to finish off the round with our knits. Moving on to row 12, we are going to knit 26, purl 3, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 3, and then we will knit to the end of the round. So let's do that. First 26, purl 3, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 3, and then we're going to knit until the end of the round. Okay, on to row 13. So here we are going to knit 26. We are going to purl 3, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 3, and then end with knitting all the way around. All right, we did those 25. Now we're going to purl 5. Knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, purl 3, and then we will finish off the round with our knits. So round 14. Here we are going to knit 25, purl 14, and then finish off the round. So knit in 25, 24, 25, and then we are going to purl 14, 13, 14, and then we are going to finish off the round with our knits. Row 15, we are going to knit 26, purl 12, and then knit 27 to finish off the round. 25, 26, and then going to purl 12, and then we will finish off the round with our knits. All right, on to row 17. We will knit 25, purl 14, and knit to the end, or knit the last 26 stitches. So let's go for it and purl those 14. Okay, and now we finish off the round by knitting to the end. Now on to row 18, we are going to knit 25, purl 14, and then knit until the end of the round. Okay, we are going to purl those 14 and knit to the end. Row 19 says knit 26, purl across 12, and then we'll knit until the end. And purling across 12. Oh wait, knit, this is the 26th stitch, and then we'll purl across 12. All right, and we finish off the round by knitting. On to row 20, we're going to knit 29, purl 6, and then finish off with our knits. Purl across 6, and finish off with our knits. So row 21, we are going to knit 28, we will purl 8 and then finish off the round. So let's go. And then we are going to purl 8 and then knit till end. On to row 22, which is where we will knit 28, purl 8 and then knit till end, and purl 8 and knit to finish the round. And row 23 will be the same thing. We are going to knit 28, purl 8 and then knit to the end of the round. All right, row 24, which is the last row of our shamrock pattern. Here we are going to knit 29, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, and then we will knit to the end. 28, 29, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, and then we'll knit to the end of the round. All right, the end of that row. So now let's flip our work over and let's see what we have. Let's see, hopefully you guys can see that. So I purposely waited to the end to take a look at what we have. So I have my leaf here, leaf here, leaf here, and then the little stem. And I like the way it knitted up, the gap here, gap here. Now we'll be able to see the we'll be able to see the top here pronounced a little bit better once we actually continue on with the knitting. So I'm going to knit one more round and then we're going to pick our seed stitch back up. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is going to be row 25. And then, like I said, all we're going to do here is just knit all the way around. Okay, at the end of the round here, and looking back, our shamrock has come to fruition according to our graph, and I am happy with what it looks like. So now what we're going to do is continue on. So from rows 26 to 33, we are going to pick our seed stitch back up again. So starting on row 26, we're going to knit 1, purl 1 all the way around, and then we are going to go again by purling 1, knit 1 all the way around. So let's do that. And I will be back when all of our seed stitch is complete. Here we have it. The 8 rows of seed stitch is complete. Turn into the back side, or rather this would be the front side. That's my back. But anyway, we have our shamrock here. It's popping out nice. I love how the pearls contrast with the knits to bring forth the pattern. So yeah, that came out exactly the way I planned it to. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and bind off. And it's just the regular basic bind off by knitting 2 and then bringing the first over the second, and then one more and repeat. So I'm going to finish that up and then I'm going to sew in my ends, and then we will come back and take a closer look at what we have here. All done. So I have bound off here, and like I said, this is the front. We finished off the back. It's just so awesome to see like what's in your head become a reality. It was a really simple pattern to create. You could do this with nearly anything. You just get your graph paper, graph out the design you want, and all it is a bunch of knits and pearls, and I absolutely love the way this design came out. And I'm sure any number of my friends that will be involved in this Shamrock Shuffle would love to wear this and represent. So that's all I have for you today. If you have any comments or concerns, leave them right below. I will absolutely respond to you. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to Porcha's Stitch Story. And until next time, peace.